Alright, in this video we're going to learn how to replace the power cord. The first thing we need to do is to remove the left panel. So we lay the heater down on this left side and we'll take the 5 screws out that are holding the panel in place. Turn the heater upside down with its back towards you and then pull the panel off. Now here where the cord goes into the heater, you'll take a pair of pliers. Whoops, we have a zip tie there. Okay, we want to cut the zip tie. And you have 3 color wires coming in, green, black, and white. So you just follow the wires, follow the white one to where it is. And you pull that off. Now that one is actually on a double plug, and if you're doing this you'll know what I mean by that. There are actually 2 of these that go into one plug. If the other one pulls off accidentally, you just put it back on. So you pull the white one out, then you pull the black one out, and then the ground wire is actually the green one that has a nut and bolt holding it on. So what you do is just put a pair of pliers to the nut and then a screwdriver on the outside. It's okay. Now there's a little washer in there. When you take the nut off, try to make sure you don't drop that. Okay, if you can see that, you have the nut, you have a little lock washer, and then you have another grab washer that will help grab it. Okay. Now this is called a Hakko. It's a little black piece here, and that's what actually is called a cord restraint to keep the cord from coming out. I remember when I was a young guy, and you may remember this as well, my parents told me don't ever pull something by the cord because it isn't good. Well, once they started putting these cord restraints in, it really doesn't hurt anything to pull it with a cord, but times have changed. So the Hakko is a good thing, but the bad thing is getting it out. It can be a little tricky. So what you need to do is you actually squeeze it. You'll see a little piece at the end that actually will squeeze together. So I find that this size channel lock seems to be the best way to do that. A regular pair of pliers could work, but it's a little bit more difficult. So as you squeeze it together, you then pull on the cord, you pull out, and you sort of turn it. And I actually made that look easy. So if you have a harder time than that, I normally have a harder time than that. It can be very difficult. So then the Hakko is the plastic piece around it. You take that off, and then you would get another cord. Now let me show you this. You see how the cord is sort of zigzag there? That's because there used to be a Hakko on that. If you have a new cord, it won't have that little zigzag, and it makes it harder to put it on. So we'll put the Hakko right over where that was to make it a little bit easier. Okay. Then you put the wires in the hole. Now the Hakko has 2 flat sides to it. So you line up the 2 flat sides with the 2 flat sides in the aluminum. If you turn it, it's not going to go in. So you need to line the flat up with a flat up. You put it in, you grab a hold of the wires on the inside to hold it snug, and then you take these channel locks and you take it and you pinch that piece. Now normally it's really hard to do, but because this was already done before, it's going to be easy for me. It can be very hard, so don't give up. And you squeeze it, you get it in the hole, and then you turn it, and eventually it will pop in place so it won't come out. Then we put the wires back on. Once you pull the wire in place and it's secure, then you take the white wire and you put it up, put it back in place where it was, and you put the black one back in. And then you put the ground wire on. And to put the ground wire on, you're going to put the bolt in first, and then you're going to put the grab washer. And then the lock washer and the nut. I'm sorry. Put the grab washer, then you put the wire in. Then you put the lock washer and the nut. And then to tighten it, you hold the nut with a pair of pliers, and then get a screwdriver, and there you go. You put the sides, you put the left side panel back on, and so you turn the heater with the back facing you. You put this corner in first down here, and then you rotate it down in place. This little knob that sticks out here needs to go behind this, so you pull it and push it in like that, and you're finished.